My sister-in-law kept banning my kids from her pool, so we built one and invited everyone over. All summer, my sister-in-law, Amanda, kept shutting my twins out of the family pool. Every weekend, I'd text, "Can we come swim?" And she'd answer with some version of no. James and Sophie need their training space. Your kids are too loud. Not today. It was always something. It was brutal July heat, and Lucas and Layla would stand at our kitchen window in swimsuits, watching Amanda's pool sit there unused. Most days, it was empty. Her kids stayed inside, and mine kept asking, "Why can't we go?" After the fourth no in a row, Lucas whispered, "Did we do something bad?" Layla didn't cry. She just folded her towel and put it away like she'd given up. That night, I told my husband, Mike, "We're building our own pool." He said, "Lisa, we don't have that kind of money." I said, "Then we'll make it work." And I ordered a big, above-ground kit on our credit card. 2 days later, a truck dumped giant boxes on our lawn. Mike stared at them like they might explode. We built it in the sun, sweating, snapping parts together, then snapping at each other. The kids kept circling us, chanting, "Pool! Pool!" like it was a spell. When the walls finally stood up, I felt this weird rush of relief. Filling it took hours. Our water pressure was weak, so the level barely moved. Lucas kept shining a flashlight at the water line and yelling updates like a sports announcer. Mike fell asleep on a lawn chair, and I kept waking him up to check the hose. By morning, the kids were bouncing at the door like it was Christmas. That night, I stood outside listening to the hose and thinking, if Amanda won't share, we'll stop begging. Then I had another thought. Amanda didn't just shut out my kids. Over the years, she'd pushed away other families too. Those boys splash too much. That toddler screams. Those teens are a bad influence. She acted like it was normal. So I started texting the people she'd turned down. "Pool day at our place Saturday," I wrote. "Bring your kids." The replies came fast, like everyone had been waiting. Then I posted one message in the family chat. "We've got a pool now. Anyone can come swim this weekend." Mike saw my phone buzzing and asked, "How many are coming?" I said, "A few." He looked at the list and went, "That's not a few." Saturday hit, and our backyard turned into chaos in the best way. Cars lined the street. Coolers hit the grass. Music started. Kids piled into the water. They yelled, splashed, played Marco Polo, and did cannonballs like it was a contest. Lucas kept shouting, "Best day ever!" Layla started a swim team and somehow got 5 kids to follow her rules. Parents were laughing and passing food around like a real neighborhood. I glanced toward Amanda's yard. Her pool was still empty. That's when my mother-in-law pulled into our driveway. She came through the side gate, took one look, and froze. Her eyes went wide as she scanned the crowd, the pool, the kids having the time of their lives. "Lisa," she said, "what is all this?" I wiped my hands on a towel. "A pool day," I said. "The kids are finally swimming." She watched Lucas and Layla in the water with their cousins, and her face tightened. Then she said low, "Amanda told me you stopped wanting to come over." I didn't even answer, because footsteps crunched behind her. Amanda walked in right then. The second she saw the yard, she went pale. She stared at the families she'd turned away, all laughing in my backyard. On the other side of the fence, her kids appeared, pressed up close like mine had been all summer. James pointed at the water. "Mom, can we go too?" Sophie whispered, "Please." Amanda didn't look at them. She looked at me. "So this is your little show," she snapped. "Trying to make me look bad." I kept my voice calm. "I'm trying to let kids swim." She stepped closer, tense. "My kids train. They need quiet. They need standards." Behind her, James blurted, "But nobody's even in our pool." Amanda's jaw clenched. My mother-in-law turned on her so fast Amanda flinched. "You've been turning away your own family?" she said, louder than she meant to. Amanda rushed out excuses about water and schedules. My mother-in-law cut her off. "Stop. Those are your niece and nephew." Amanda hissed at me. "This is petty." I pointed toward her yard. "What's petty is saying no while your pool sits empty." My mother-in-law shook her head and said, "I'm embarrassed. Not of Lisa, of you." Amanda looked around, saw people watching, and snapped. "Fine," she said. "Enjoy your public pool." She grabbed James's hand, yanked Sophie along, and stormed out the gate. The latch clacked, and for a second the yard went quiet. Then my mother-in-law clapped once and said, "All right, kids, back to swimming." Lucas popped up, grinning, and yelled, "Mom, did you see that?" And Layla shouted, "Marco Polo!" before the ripples even settled. Now they're saying I was petty for building our pool. Was I wrong?